here's a close-up of the sample that I'm going to show you how to do. I've left all my ends in because I think it'd be a great idea to fringe the ends and just incorporate these into the fringe. And you could do like a scarf going that way, or an Afghan or a table runner or something like that. It's a great way to use up scrap yarn. This pattern is so simple and it's great for a beginner. It's a multiple of 3 chains plus 5. So you start with a slip knot. To do that, I make a loop like this. The top strand, I pull across the back, so it looks like a pretzel. And I pull the back strand forward, and there's a knot side, and I call that the slip side. So you tighten the knot side like this, and then put the slip knot on your hook, and then pull this up. It should float on your hook like this. One thing to note when you're doing a starting chain on a project like this where it's rows, you want to make sure that you're doing this loose enough so it doesn't it shouldn't pull in. If you do your chaining real tight, that will do 2 things. It will pull it in and it will make it harder to go into the chains for your first, for row 1. It'll make it more difficult. So if you need to go up 1 hook size just for that starting chain, and then switch back to the hook that you want to use. My first sample, it pulled in like that. So not only did I have that pulling in, but I had this going off to the side because I thought it'd be a great idea to do it all on one side, but it's not a good idea. So let me get started here. So this is a multiple of 3 plus 5. So I am going to chain 17. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, those are my 17 chains. The first shell is worked in the 5th chain from hook. Right there is the first chain, 2nd chain, 3rd chain, 4th chain, 5th chain is right here. So I'm going to yarn over, go in here, and do a double crochet. So a shell is 2 doubles, chain 1 and 2 doubles. You can see the shell right here. So that's what I'm doing, but instead of doing shell and shell here, I'm doing the foundation row and the shells are going into the foundation chain. So I did the chain 1, so I still in the same chain, I'm going to do 2 more doubles. And now you might want to pull the chain like this. And I want to skip 2, 1, 2, and I'm going to work a shell in the next one. So that's 2 doubles, chain 1, and 2 doubles. Okay, now we have 2 shells. Now you skip 2 again and shell in the next chain. Once you get past row 1, it becomes like super easy because you're always working your shells into the chain 1 space of the shell. You know exactly where to go. Here you have to count, make sure you go in the right chain. So there's 3. Now you skip 2 and you shell in the next one, chain 1, and then 2 doubles. Okay, now when you get down to the very end, right here, the very end of the pattern is skip 2 and then double crochet in the last one. Just like that. So that completes row 1. One trick you might want to try, if you chain a lot more than you think that you know you will need, you can always come down here to the end and cut the extra chains off. That's very easy. So you don't have to be like super vigilant on getting your chains perfect, especially if you do this like lengthwise for an Afghan, you don't want to, I mean, you're going to have, I don't even know how many that would be, but it'd be a lot. So you want to just chain extra. And when you get down here, if you have extra chains, then you just snip it out here, and then you unravel the chains, and it'll lock back to the last double crochet. So now, and so on this sample, on this one, I kept joining here every row to get it all on the right side. Now, to do it the correct way, when you get down here, you need to change to the white and then turn, or turn first and then add the new color. There are several ways to add a new color at the end of the row. One of them is to get down near the end of the row and leave the last 2 loops on your hook like this. Don't finish your double crochet. Then you take and make another slip knot here, and you bring the new color slip knot through the 2 loops on your hook, and then you chain 3, which is counting as a double crochet, and you turn. Another way to do it is to, I'm just going to show you 2 ways, is to go ahead and finish this one off completely. Just go here, you just finished the last double crochet, chain 1 like this, and I cut back here to leave enough length to sew that in later. So that's completely done right there. Then I turn it like this, and because it's a double crochet on the end, I like to join with a double crochet. To do that, I have the slip knot on my hook. I'm going to yarn over. I'm holding it back here, yarn over, insert the hook into those, under those 2 loops of the double crochet right there. See them right there. And then yarn over. So I've got this. I'm going in, and then I'm going to yarn over, bring that loop up, yarn over, draw through 2, and yarn over and draw through 2. And that's joining with a double crochet. If you want, you can turn the speed of this video down to, like, I think it's 25% or 50%, and you can see that in slow motion. Now is the easy part. Once you join like this, you just come across here, and you shell and shell. So here's your shell, there's the chain 1 space, and I'm just going to work a shell in the chain 1 space. I wanted to do white, but I was worried it wouldn't show up on the video, so I opted for the, I think they call this orchid. Yeah, orchid. The orchid color. See, I just work a shell right into the chain 1 space of the previous row shell. It doesn't get much easier than this. See, like this? It's very easy. And this is gonna come out straight, unlike this one. So you just do this. Here's the last shell. Okay, when you get down to the end of this row, you need a matching double crochet on the opposite end. Like see here, the chains counted as a double on the starting chain, but you finished with a double down there. You started with a double here, and at the end of the row, you are going to end with a double. So all you do is, that's the starting chain there. Right here was the shell. You're just going to go into the next available chain right there and do the double crochet. And that completes row 2. And then you would finish this one off Or you could, okay, let me show you another way. If you want to keep doing this stitch with the same color, all you would do is get down to the last double crochet and chain 3 turn, and then that chain 3 counts as a double crochet, and then shell back. So you could do it and like maybe change colors every 3 rows or whatever you want to do. The sky is the limit. And all it is making sure you have that double on the end, or the chain 3 that counts as a double. And then there's also videos online. I just didn't prep for doing it, but where you can do like a little, I don't know, like a stitch there that looks more like a stitch. I think you do like a single crochet. And anyway, it's just, you know, it's kind of fun to keep watching different videos and then keep perfecting the art of crochet and like the magic circle and all the different things. And then you could take it or leave it. You can keep doing the chain 3 because that's all we had for years, and it's worked out okay. I'd rather have like that joining with a double. I would much rather have that than the chain 3. But it's all your personal preference, and you don't want to get too stressed out about any technique, because the bottom line is enjoying your crochet, because it's magical. We can take this string and like make stuff like this. It's really amazing. All this is a string. It's a string of yarn. Just magical. Okay, so that was the same color. And you would just keep repeating that. It looks kind of cool to have, you know, multiple rows of the same color. But that's that. I thought there was one. Oh, yeah, I know what I'm going to do. Okay, I'm going to get down here and finish this row. And then I am going to... Okay, when I finish off for this, there's different ways to finish off too, but most of the time, this is what I do. I just pulled through the last 2 loops to finish that double crochet. Then I chain 1 and I pull the back. And then I cut back here. So I have enough yarn to weave in my ends, or in this case, I'm going to show you how you could make some fringe. I'm just going to do a real, let me see. I wasn't prepared for this either, but I'm going to do it. Okay, let's just say this is going to be the fringe. It's going to be a short fringe. Okay, so you wind it around something, and then you cut it. And you have to experiment. Maybe 2 strands is enough. Let me just do 2 strands. 2 strands of yarn like this. And then I don't want to have to sew in these ends. Let's just say that I'm saying that. And then I'm going to go like this. I'm going to go like this. I need to pull these strands through the loop on my hook, but I'm also going to take this strand and bring it through the loop also. So I'm just going to go like this. I can make it work. There. And voila. Look. So actually, I think this, well, this was that starting chain. So it wants to slide over a little bit. There, that's better. So I also needed to take, if you forget that one, you could just go like this, come over here and pull that loop through and tighten up the fringe. That's how you can get away with not weaving in your ends. So let me try 3 strands. Just experiment on how many strands, how long you want your strands. So, this one was for this row right here. So I will go into, I'm just going to go into that double crochet like this. I'm going to fold this in half and bring the loop through like this. And then I did a different color, but normally you would match the color. Then I will take all 3 strands well, now it's 6 strands because it's doubled, but I'll take this one too, and I'll yarn over with all of it, and then bring the 3 loops of that fold through there, and then I will pull the tight a little bit, and so it would be like that. So anyway, and then you would trim these at the end for sure. But that's how you do the simple shell and shell stitch. Thank you so much for watching, and please like the video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.